This is part 2 of my journey with bisexuality as a Christian.
So I prayed about it, and then the next day Jesus put in work and he opened my eyes. And I started remembering that all of my first sexual experiences in my life were all with girls or with women. This is something I knew. Like, obviously I was there, I experienced it, I knew that that's what happened, but I didn't connect it in my brain. I'm not going to go into detail, but one of my experiences was at 4 years old, and then another one was at 8 years old. And then once I made the connection in my head that my first sexual experiences were with women, I was like, oh my gosh, this makes sense. I was introduced to sex by women. No wonder I lusted after them. You know what I mean? And then once I made that connection, I was just so broken up about it because I was like, I can't believe that my experiences are what made me gay when everyone in my life told me that I was just born this way. And once I made that connection, I got really upset because I realized that I was never given the tools to recognize what had happened to me in my past that made me that way. I was just affirmed. I was just told, you're gay, you're born this way, end of conversation. And I just thought to myself, if I was given these tools sooner and not just appeased, I could have figured this out so much sooner and avoided so much hardship from it. And in that moment where I was realizing all this stuff, I still was like, yes, I am bisexual. I just didn't think it affected my salvation at all. And y'all, I'm not even joking when I say this. I literally just woke up the next day and I wasn't gay anymore. Keira Knightley, the female lead in Pirates of the Caribbean, popped up on my phone. She used to be my gay awakening, by the way. That's like what I used to call her. And a video of her popped up on my phone, and I just looked at her and I was just like, It was just like I was looking at another person on my phone. I wasn't looking at my gay awakening anymore. And then I thought to myself, and I was like, oh, I usually think she's like really attractive. This is kind of strange. And I sat back and I thought for a second. I was like intentionally trying to think lustful thoughts about women, and I was straight up like repulsed by the thought of physically being with a woman or lusting after a woman. And it's just really crazy to think about now because I identified as bisexual for such a long period of my life, and I truly believed that I was bisexual. But once I was saved, once I started leaning on Jesus, once I started asking him to help me understand my trauma and to open my eyes, he opened my eyes and he took my bisexuality away from me. And I'm not saying that this is going to work for everyone, but that is my journey with overcoming bisexuality with Jesus, and it is truly such a great feeling. And since that moment, I haven't thought lustfully about women. It's not even something I struggle with anymore, and I think that just shows how truly amazing Jesus is. We all have completely different walks with Jesus, and other gay Christians are not going to have the same experience that I have. A lot of them have it a lot worse. They have to deny themselves daily. And to everyone who does do that, you are amazing. You are so strong, and I'm so glad that God is giving you that strength. But yeah, that is my story, and I just wanted to come on here and share that with you guys. God bless you and have a great day.